In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to subtract using something referred to as the Indian algorithm. Now, our textbook refers to this as the Indian algorithm because it originated in India, but I've personally had students from Iraq and Iran that have used this algorithm as well. Now, this algorithm is very different than the algorithm we typically use in the United States. One of the main differences is that we subtract from left to right. So I'm going to begin with the largest place value and make my way to the right as I subtract. The second difference comes in the borrowing process. We're actually going to borrow from the remaining leftovers after the subtraction is performed. So let's see this algorithm in action. I'm going to begin by subtracting 37 from 52. So I'm going to start with the largest place value on the left, and we're going to make our way to the right as we subtract. So my largest place value is the tens place. I have 5 tens, and I want to subtract 3 tens, which leaves me 2 tens. Now I have 2 ones, and I'm wanting to subtract 7 ones. Well, I'm going to need some more ones. But in this algorithm, when I go to borrow, I'm going to borrow from the remaining 2 tens that were left over after our subtraction was performed. So I'm going to cash in one of those tens, so there's 1 10 left, and that 10 is going to cash in for 10 ones that I can add to the 2 ones that I already have, giving me 12 ones. So now I can take 7 ones away from those 12 ones, giving me 5 ones. So 37 subtracted from 52 is 15. Now this algorithm is really neat when we look at more complicated problems like 163 subtracted from 400. If you've ever done this problem in our standard algorithm in the United States, you know it can get pretty tricky. So let's see how this algorithm tackles the problem. So starting from the largest place value on the left and making our way to the right, we see we have 4 hundreds and we want to take away 100. So we have 3 hundreds remaining. Now I have 0 tens and I'm wanting to take away 6 tens. So I'm going to have to borrow from the 3 tens we had left, or the 3 hundreds we had left over. So I'm going to cash one of those hundreds in. I have 2 hundreds remaining. And that 100 is going to cash in for 10 tens that I'll add to the 0 tens I already had. Now I have a total of 10 tens that I can subtract these 6 tens from, which gives me 4 tens left over. Moving to the ones column, I have 0 ones, but I want to take away 3 ones. I'm going to have to borrow. So I'm going to borrow from the 4 tens that I had left over. I'm going to borrow one of those, so there's 3 tens remaining, and that 10 is going to cash in for 10 ones that I can add to the 0 that I already had, so for a total of 10 ones. So 10 ones minus 3 ones gives me 7 ones. So 163 subtracted from 400 is 237.